Hello children, welcome for another session of our class 10th, chapter 5, Quadratic Equations. In our previous sessions, we have discussed in exercise 5.2, almost 3 problems are completed. Let us continue with the fourth question now. See the question number 4. The altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 centimeters less than its base. Altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 centimeters less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeters, find the other two sides. Here, a right angle triangle. Let's draw the right angle triangle. This is right angle triangle. Right angle is here. The side which is opposite to right angle is known as hypotenuse. And this is base and this is the height, which is also known as altitude. So this is altitude. Here what is given? The altitude of right angle triangle is 7 centimeters less than its base. But what is the base? We don't know. The altitude is dependent on the base. If we know the base, then we can say the altitude. How? Because altitude is 7 centimeters less than its base. What is the base actually? We don't know. Okay? This we need to find. And altitude also we need to find. When we know the base, we can find the altitude. These are the other two sides. The third side is what? The hypotenuse. It is given directly, that is 13 centimeters. This is given 30 centimeters. We need to find base and altitude both. We need to find these two sides. So in order to find the base and altitude, we have to represent this total statement in a quadratic equation first. When you form a quadratic equation, after that you have to factorize it. You will be getting the values of the base and altitude. Let's start the things which we need to find. First thing is what given? The altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 centimeters less than its base. That means altitude is dependent on its base. First we need to assume the base first. Okay, let us suppose the base as x, suppose. Here it is given in centimeters, so x centimeters. Then according to the question, what is given? The altitude, then the altitude is 7 centimeters less than the base. So altitude is equal to base is x centimeters, so 7 centimeters less. Less means you have to subtract x minus 7 centimeters. This is the altitude. Now hypotenuse directly given. The hypotenuse is given how much? 13 centimeters. These all are given information in the question, right? So given these all. So the hypotenuse is given 13 centimeters. So in order to write the quadratic equation, we should make a relation of these sides. We all know whenever we do any kind of simplification related to the right angle triangle, we always use the Pythagoras theorem. A right angle triangle always involves Pythagoras theorem. So what is the statement of Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem statement is, in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. So in this we have the hypotenuse and other two sides are, one is base, another one is altitude. So by Pythagoras theorem, we know in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse square is equal to the remaining other two sides. What are here? Base and height. So side square plus side square. So here hypotenuse value we have already. That is what? 13 square. One of the side, if you take base as one of the sides, so base is how much? X centimeter square plus other side is what? Altitude. That is what? X minus 7 whole square. Now we have to simplify this complete equation in order to get in the form of quadratic equation. So 13 square is 13 into 13, that is 169. This side x square as it is, but another one again x minus 7 whole square. So this one you have to expand by using the formula a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square is what? A square minus 2ab plus b square. So in order to that we have to expand this one. X square minus 2 into x into 7, 2 into x into 7 plus b square, that is 7 square. So we have to expand, we have already expanded it, we have to simplify it. X square and x square. X square plus x square, 2x square minus 2 into 7, 14, 14 into x, 14x. Again plus 7 square, that is 7 into 7, 2 times, that is 49. Now, right hand side we got in the form of equation, quadratic equation, but whatever is there on the left hand side, that 169 the constant, to transpose that side so that it will become equal to 0. So first I am writing the right hand side as it is, 2x square minus 14x plus 49. Here 169 is there, this 169 and transpose the other side, it will become minus 169. Then it will become 0 here on the left hand side. Now it is transposed towards the right hand side. Now go for the simplification. So 2x square minus 14x, here plus 49 and minus 169. When you do the simplification, you will be getting minus 120 plus 49 minus 169. Both are different sign. So when you have different sign, we go for the subtraction. When you do the subtraction, bigger number minus smaller number, but the bigger number has a negative sign, so the result also will get negative sign. So that is equal to 0. Now it is in the general form of quadratic equation. So this quadratic equation, if you factorize it, you will be getting the roots of this quadratic equation. The roots only become the values of base and the altitude. Let us factorize this one. In order to factorize that one, see in all the terms, such as square quotient and x quotient and constant term, these all these, one thing you can take common. So I can take 2 as common from all the terms. So when 2 is taken outside, here x square remains. Again from 14x taken is out, 2 is taken outside, so 7x. See 2 into x square, 2 into 7, 14x again. Again 120 is there. From that also if you take 2 outside, only 60 remains, is equal to 0. Now x square minus 7x minus 60 is equal to, this 2 here it is multiplying. When it transposed to that side, it will become denominator. 0 by 2, it is nothing but 0 by 2. 0 by anything is 0 only. So it write that 2 again. So that's all. Okay, this 2 has transposed that side. When it comes into the denominator of 0, it becomes what? 0 only. Now it is in the simplest form now. You can easily factorize this one. What I told you in the previous session, whenever you are going to factorize a quadratic equation, first of all you need to check the quotient of x square. What is the quotient of x square? Here nothing is there, that means you have to imagine this bar. Okay, the constant term is what? Minus 60. So product of x square quotient and constant term is minus 60 into 1 minus 60. So that 60 if factorize, how can you write factors? 1 into 60, 2 into 30, 15 into 4, like that. So many will come. 12 5s are also 60. 12 and 5. 12 and 5. This pair only I am choosing. Why this pair only? Because when I do the addition or the subtraction of the two numbers 12 and 5, I should get the quotient of x term. What is the quotient of x term here? 7. So 12 and 5. 12 minus 5 will be giving 7. 12 into 5, the product will be giving 60. So that combination will work out for us. There are many factors for 60. 1 into 60, 2 into 30, 4 into 15, 3 into 20. There are many. But these all pairs will not give us the x quotient. What is x quotient? Minus 7 is there. In order to get 7, I am using the two factors. What are that? 12 and 5. 12 minus 5 is 7. So I am using that combination of factors here. X square, the first term as it is, the last term minus 60 as it is, equal to 0. The middle term 7x, that too again negative. How to get negative? So minus 12x plus 5x. See, minus 12x plus 5x is minus 7x. Minus into plus minus, 12 5s are 60. X into x, x square. So in this way, we have to split the x coefficient as combination of two other numbers, so that the product of these two numbers should give us the product of x square quotient and constant term, and the sum of the difference must be giving as quotient of x term. This is our main motto to factorize the quadratic equation. So this is the main step. In the previous session also I have explained that this is the main important step. What is that? X square quotient and constant term we have to multiply. Whatever the product you are getting, that product you have to factorize. You will be getting number of factors. From that you have to select any two factors whose sum or the difference must be equal to the x quotient. Along with the sign, you have to be very careful regarding the sign also. Okay. So like that, I choose here 12 and 5. Minus 12x plus 5x, it will be minus 7x. And minus into plus minus 12 into 5, 60x into x square. So it is satisfied now. Now let us take common from these two terms. You can take x as common, x will be remaining. From this x is taken outside, 12 will be remaining. From this again I am taking 5 as common. So when 5 is taken out, x will be remaining. Plus is there. In order to get minus, I have to write minus. Plus into minus minus. 5, 12 or 60. Already told you in the previous sessions. So always this bracket, whatever you are getting, the same thing you should get here also. So when you got the two things same, you can take that common. So when x minus 12 is taken outside, what is remaining? Only 1x. Here x minus 12 is taken outside, what is remaining? Plus 5. So this you have got. So product of the two things is equal to 0. That means one of the term should be equal to 0 or both should be equal to 0. So x minus 12 is equal to 0, or you can write x plus 5 is equal to 0. Right? X minus 12. Minus 12 transpose that side it become plus 12. Here x plus 5 is equal to 0. 5 you transpose that side it become minus 5. So here x is what actually we assumed x as base. Base means it's a measure of a triangle, right? The triangle measure cannot be in negative side. So that means we have to take only positive one. So which is a positive one? 12 is a positive one. Minus 5 is a negative one. So we have to take 12 as the base of the triangle. Therefore, base is what? 12 centimeters. And the altitude we got it as what? Altitude is 7 centimeters less than its base. So what is the altitude? X minus 7. But x is what? 12. 12 minus 7, that is equal to 5 centimeters. So we got the other two sides. Base is 12 centimeters. Right? Altitude is what? 5 centimeters. So these are our other two sides of the right angle triangle. Hope you all understood. Very simple. Read the question properly. First, assume the variable which is required. Okay. What is required to find your base? So first base, take it as x, y, k, whatever the variable you can choose. So on the base, altitude is dependent. How? Altitude is 7 centimeters less than its base. That is why x minus 7. Hypotenuse is directly given 13 centimeters. So when you have a right angle triangle, always you will be having a relation with the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem statement is what? Hypotenuse square is equal to remaining other two sides square sum. So hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Those are the two sides, one are the base and altitude. Substitute in it, make it into simplification until you get the quadratic equation. You have to continue. When you get the general form of the quadratic equation form, then afterwards you have to factorize it. Very, very simple. Hope you understood the solution. Let us move on to the next question now. See question number 5. A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles. Okay? A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. That industry producing pottery articles. In a day, it was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article, is in rupees, it was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. That means, a particular day, what is the cost of production? How many articles are produced on a particular day? Than that, twice plus 3. 3 rupees more than twice the number of articles produced on a particular day. For suppose in a particular day, if 2 articles are produced or 3 articles are produced, suppose if 3 articles are produced on a particular day, the cost of each article will be twice the number of articles produced. How many articles produced on that day? Particularly, suppose it has 3. Twice means 3 2s are 6. 6, that is twice the number of articles. 3 is more than that. 6 plus 3, it is 9. 9 rupees is the cost of one article. Understood? The relation is cost and the number of articles. Relation between the cost of production and number of articles. What is given? The cost of each article is 3 rupees more than twice the number of articles produced on the day. In a particular day, how many number of articles are produced? If you know, you can find out what is the cost of each article. What do you need to find actually? If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, if you observe on a particular day, it is given on a particular day when they observed, the total cost of production is 90. The total cost of production was how much? 90. If the total cost of production was 90, find the number of articles produced on that day and the cost of each article. What is given here? Total cost of production on a particular day, it was 90. It was observed. So we need to find how many articles are produced on that day and what is the cost of each article. What is the relation given in the question? The relation between the cost of the article and the number of articles produced is what? If the number of articles are produced some number, that number twice it and add 3 to that, you will be getting the cost of each article. So first what we need to assume? We need to assume the number of articles produced on a particular day. So that based upon that, the cost of each article will be dependent. So let us assume the number of articles produced on a particular day. So let the number of articles produced on a particular day. If you choose a variable x, the number of articles produced on a particular day, it was given that the cost of each article will be 3 rupees more than twice the number of articles produced. So the cost will be that the cost of each article will be equal to 3 rupees more. 3 rupees more means plus 3. Therefore, twice the number of articles produced. So the number of articles produced we assume it as x. Twice that means 2x. Twice means 2x. More means plus. How much more? 3 rupees more. So that is why 2x plus 3. This is the cost of each article which was produced on a particular day. On that day, the total cost, how much? The cost of production on the particular day is given in the question. Given that the total cost of production, on a day, production on that particular day when it was observed, it is rupees 9. So by using these all elements, we have to construct a quadratic equation. Okay? When you get a general form of quadratic equation, then we can factorize it, we can find out our required things, what we need to find. So, number of articles, how many was produced? On that day x. The cost of each article is how much? 2x plus 3. So, the total cost will be number of articles into the cost of each article. So, the total cost is how much? 9. So, according to the question, what you get? The number of articles this many and cost of each article is 2x plus 3. This is the total cost, that is equal to how much we square plus x into 3, 3x is equal to 90. Bring this 90 this side, that means transfer from right side to left side. So 2x square plus 3x minus 90 plus 90 transpose this side, so we will be changing this side. So now it is the general form of quadratic equation. Here 2 is there, here 3 is there, here 90 is there. So you cannot take anything common from all the three terms. So continue with this. In order to find the factors of this, what you need to do first of all, I said, first x square quotient. What is that x square quotient? 2. So let us write that 2 here. Into product of that. The constant term along with the sign. What is that? Minus 90. So it is how much? Minus 180. This 180 we have to factorize it. Let us factorize. What we need to get by factorizing? You will be getting so many factors, but you have to select a pair. That means any two factors you have to select, so that their sum or the difference must be equal to the quotient of x term. What is the quotient of x term here? 3. So how can you get 6 into 3 is 18. That means 60 into 30. How much? It is 60 into 3. It is 80. But 60 and 3 difference is 57. So our difference should be how much? 3 only. So how can we get? Let us see now. Factorize 2 into 9, 18. Again 2 into 45. So 2 to the 4 and this 45. This will not work out. So 3 into 15. Now 2 to the 4, 4 3 are 12. Right? 12 and 15. See here 2 into 3 into 15. This will be giving 180. But 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 3 is 12. 12 into 15 is equal to 180. Yes? 12 into 15 is 180. 15 into 12 also 180. Our required thing is what? The quotient of x term, that is called 3. We should get 3 by using the two factors here 15 and 12. 15 into 12 is 180. 15 minus 12 is 3. So this pair will work out for us. We have to use the combination of these factors 12 and 15. 15 into 12 and 12 into 15 is 180. So 15 minus 15 minus 12 is what? 3. So that is our required one. So write first 2x square as it is, last term 90 as it is, but the middle term 3x I am writing is as plus 15x minus 12x. Right? Plus 15 minus 12. So we will write in the proper way. 2x at last minus 90. So the middle term was at plus 3x. So in order to get plus 3x, I am writing plus 15x minus 12x. So plus into minus minus 15 into 12. How much? 180. How will get 180? This 90 and 2. 180. So 15 minus 12 is 3. So this is what our expansion of this quadratic equation. First of all, we need to multiply x square quotient and constant term. The product we should write aside and factorize this. You will be getting number of factors. Choose any two factors which will satisfy to get the middle term, that means the quotient of x term. That is very important step here. Writing this step only very important. Okay. After this, we go for the common thing. So in order to take 2 as common, first 12x. 12x has got negative. So I'll write first this 12x plus 15x minus 9. Okay. I didn't do anything, just I change the order, that's all. Why? Because I want to take common from this. I can take 2 common and x also common from this 2. So 2 take and x also take. So x will be given. Here x square is there, that is why 2x is taken outside, 1 more x will be remaining. Minus 2x gone outside. So 2 into 6 is 12. Right? Here plus 15 is taken as common. So x will be remaining. Minus plus into minus minus 15, 6 are 90. Always we will be getting same in the two brackets. That is very important. So take x minus 6 as common. When you take x minus 6 as common, what is remaining? 2x plus 15 is remaining. So product of these two is equal to 0 means either of these must be equal to 0 or both should be equal to 0. First I am taking x minus 6 as equal to 0 or 15. 2x plus 15 is equal to 0. Here minus x goes that side will become what? Plus x. Here 2x plus 15 is equal to 0. So 2x is equal to plus 15 goes that side will become minus 15. X is equal to minus 15 by 2. So what is x actually? The number of particles produced on a particular day. That is it. Number of particles produced cannot be negative. It should be positive only. That means you have to take this only, not minus 15 by 2. Okay, you have to take x value is 6. What is the next? Number of particles produced on the day when they was observed. Okay, so number of particles produced. Number of particles produced on the day is how many? 6. Now cost of each article. Cost of each article. Cost of each article will be how much? 2x plus 3. 2 into x means what? 6 plus 3. That is 2 into 6 is 12 plus 3. That is rupees 15. See this. So the cost of each article is how much? 15. So we can verify it, our answer is right or wrong. What was observed on a particular day? Total cost is how much? 90. So total cost is 90. We should get by using this one. The number of articles produced are 6. So cost of each article is 15. So 6 into 15. 15 6 are 90. Yes, correct or not? Correct. So our solution is right. So very simple. Read the question properly. Understand it. What we need to find actually, suppose that has any variable, after that the condition what is given which is depending on the odd, so according to that you have to write another one, then by using those two you have to get a quadratic equation, then factorize it. After factorizing it you will be getting the resulting one what you require actually. Hope you understood the solution. Very simple. First of all you have to understand the question, then after write is in the form of quadratic equation by taking the variables. After writing the quadratic equation, majority of the solution will be finished. Only the thing is to factorize properly. This step is very important. Writing the middle term as a combination of two terms. That is very important. After that you go for simple calculation, you will be getting the result. Hope you understood. So in this class we have discussed two of the problems. Exercise 5.2, 5 questions have been finished. So when we meet in the next session, we will be discussing the few more questions of this exercise. Thank you very much.